repay evil with evil, insult with insult. Mabuti pa namin sabihin mo na lang, okay kapatid, God bless you. Okay. On the contrary, repay evil with blessing. I-bless mo sila. Because to this you were called so that you may inherit a blessing. Ano pala yun? If you bless others, you will receive also a blessing. Ay, i-bless mo. God bless you, sister. God bless you, brother. No? So we will all be receiving blessings rather than curse. Huh? Bakit naging doble itong Proverbs? Sorry, may mali dyan. A brother, Proverbs 18:19. Dapat dyan sa brother was been insulted is harder to win back than a walled city. And arguments separate people like the barred gates of the palace. Proverbs 18:19. Ba't hindi? Mali yan. A brother was been insulted is hard to win back. Tama yun. Pag na-insulto mo yung isang kapatid, mahirap mo na yun ibalik pa, no? Especially sa atin dito, especially even sa mga simple groups, small groups. Kaya we don't have to insult them because it will be harder for us to win them back. And arguments separate people like the barred gates of a palace. Kasi pag mayroong argument, argue, it can only lead to separation. Kaya mga kapatid, let us be careful in what we say, in what we talk to people. Let us be careful not to insult, especially ang ating mga kapatid. Ang pinakamasakit pa dyan minsan are those yung mga talking behind the back. Yung sabi ko nga, wala tayong pulutan ngayon eh. Ito na lang gawin natin si Sister Jane, si Sister Jan, no? Pwede may Sister Jan ba tayo dito? No? Hindi babae, lalaki lang Okay? So it is very lahat po tayo, let us come into awareness na hindi maganda yung talking behind the back. Okay, tama na. A brother offended is more unyielding than a strong city, and pearl is like the bars of the castle. Okay? Kung minsan may mga kapatid na hindi naman magaganda yung mga topics natin, better tell them, can we just change topic? Or kaya Control-Alt-Delete na lang. Pag hindi maganda yung mga isend natin, just delete it. Learn to apologize kung nagkamali po tayo. So tapos na tayo sa introduction. Nandyan pa kayo, introduction pa lang yun. So the tongue, mayroon tayong pag-aaralan sa about the tongue. Tongue is influential. Kung babasa natin sa James, sa ating scripture for today, in verses 3 to 5. When we put bits on the mouth of horses to make them obey us, we can turn the whole animal, or take the sheep as an example. Although they are so large and are driven by winds, they are steered by a rudder wherever the pilot wants to go. Likewise, the tongue is a small part of the body, but it makes a great boast. Consider what a great forest is set on fire. The tongue is very influential, very powerful. Kung nagbabasa kayo o narinig din yung news sa Pilipinas, ang galing ng ating Senado ngayon. Away. Budget, Nakakawa ng Pilipinas, no? But we have to pray for our country. Pag akong tumakbo ng presidente, ako na lang butuhin niyo, A very small part of the body, yet it is very influential, or it has power, very powerful. It is a powerful tool also for making evil decision. Kaya ito yung argument ni James, no? Sabi niya, when we put bits into the mouths of the horses, na yung nakita niyo sa bibig ng kabayo, kasi nung di ba, pag napapansin mo yung kabayo, if you have that bits sa front niya, you can control it yung sa mouth niya, di ba? You can turn kung mahilig kayo o naka-experience kayo sumakay sa kabayo, no? So that's how it is powerful. Powerful, even these horses, mga malalaking na mga kabayo, kahit wild, no? It has a bit, it can easily controlled by a person. So ito yung kanyang first argument. Ang pangalawa niyang argument is a big ship, sabi niya. It's a very large vehicle but is controlled or guided by, nakita mo yung parang actually propeller, yun yung may isang timon na tawag dyan sa Tagalog. Yeah? That is the one that is guiding the ship. Yun ang ginagamit ng kapitan in order that it will guide kung saan yung pupunta. Sabi daw nung unang panahon, yung mga shape ng rudder na to ay parang tang din daw, no? And it steers kung saan yun pupunta ng gusto ng kapitan. Ang pangatlo, ang iyang argument, how influential it is like a spark in the forest, no? Maliit lang na fire, no? A little spark, and it can make a fire, no? It can set a fire by a small spark. Kunting spark lang, no? Especially sa tag-init, no? Maraming fire, no? That is how powerful a tongue can be. A very small part, but it can makes great boast. It is very small, yet it is very powerful. Kaya kapatid, take note, your words, nor how small they are, coming out of your mouth, it can destroy, and it can also build up. So make sure na tama yung ating sasabihin. As children of God, we are all blessed to have power in our tongue. Use it as a blessing rather than a cursing. Okay? Proverbs 18:21 confirms this by saying, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Ganyan ka-powerful ang ating mga tongue, ang ating mga dila. This proves that this verse, how much good or bad our tongues can do. Kaya mag-ingat po tayo. Proverbs 12:18, there is one whose rash words are like swords. Trust, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Sa mga nasasaktan, sa may mga having some pain, having some difficulties, having some troubles, our tongue can be a blessing. Our tongue can be a healing to their wounds. No? Instead of hurting them, it will build them up, it will heal. So yan po, ka-powerful, yan ka-influential ang ating mga bibig. So let our mouth, let our bitang an influence or having that power to bless people. Are you following, church?
Yes.
Okay, next. Second, alam nyo ba yung mga dila natin, yung tongue natin ay infectious? Alam nyo yung infectious? Nakaka-infection. Alam mo yung dila natin, pag nagpasa-pasa yan, sobra pa sa COVID-19 yan. Ha? COVID-19, iba lang yung ma-affected eh. You know? Pero yung dila, yung mga mensahe natin na hindi magaganda, it is worldwide. No? At yun, nakakasira. The tongue is not only powerful, tingnan nyo sa verses 6 to 8, it is also perverse. Maliit lang, influential siya, but worse, it can utter satanic words. It can be infectious. Kanina lang, sabi natin, the tongue is a fire. A worthless man plots evil, and his speech is like a scorching fire. Pag nagsabi yan o plano niya na hindi magaganda, ang pananalita yan, parang ano yan, maging infected yan eh. No? Pag nagsindi ka kasi, parang lahat-lahat na sa paligid niya, sisiklab na lang yan. No? That is how infectious ang speech ng tao, mas delikado if it's like a scorching fire. This is a world of evil. Ang tongue natin, it can control our whole body. It can stain your whole body. Kasi kung anong sasabihin mo na hindi magaganda, it's who you are. It's your whole being. No? At pag nag-reflect yun, it's not only you, but it's your family, it's your church, it's everything who you are. No? Kaya mag-ingat po tayo. Sa nabasa natin sa 6, the tongue also is a fire, a world of evil among the parts of the body. It corrupts the whole person, set the whole course of his life on fire, and it itself set on fire by hell. The source of such spark is hell itself. This is something that we need to be very careful when corrupt words coming out from our mouth. Alam niyo minsan, hindi naman tayo nagkakamali sa ating mga ginagawa. But the way we say it, the way we tell people, the way we speak, those are hurting us. Kasi if we are not careful, whatever we are telling people, ano man sasabihin natin sa iba, it can be an infectious na yun. Nakaka-infect yan. Pasa mo lang, nakuha lang ng isa, pinasa sa isa, the whole world will know. Kaya sabi ko kanina, kahit nga sa social media, mga posting, no? Minsan pamilya nag-aaway, bakit ipopost pa? No? Magkakapatid nag-aaway, ipoposting pa din, the whole world magpipiesta. Yuhu, nag-aaway na sila. Pwede ba yun? We cannot be rejoicing for this kind of happening, no? Hindi ba ganda yun, no? Kasi when it is like a fire, the more it burns, the faster you will go to hell.